49ers and the Los Angeles Chargers. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu. On second down, here's Garoppolo. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
11.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Rookie Derwin James with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Malcolm Smith there for the stop.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is.
Yeah, they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because he had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hey. Cluster right. 4 down. Hey. Check. White. Q.
Now Gordon on first down. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Rivers. His pass caught at the 4. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Mostert now to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action. Garoppolo. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
And that's the first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Going for the deep ball. And got his man complete. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They run with Breida, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Rivers now after the fumble recovery. Pass incomplete. He was going for Gates, his tight end that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
0. Okay.
Rivers now from the 50. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Rivers to Benjamin, good for the Charger 1st down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Hey, Delta!
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they have to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. That's now his second interception and as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end. In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now a play fake here on first down. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. This is Freedom. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Red.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Hey! White!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On third down, Rivers. Going underneath for Gordon. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Now, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
21.
Here's Breida. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Now Garoppolo. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
11. 13.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
12.
Now it's Breida. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Space to run past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
White! Buffalo wall. Hey, hot!
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
To throw on 3rd down. Rivers gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Off the play fake here, Rivers. Gates has it over the middle. And he's got this down to the 35. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Let's go.
They go play action. Rivers letting one go deep for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Rivers to throw it. Henry's got it out on the left side. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your...
There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Goodwin able to haul it in. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Garoppolo, 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a lot.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Rivers. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. A Charger first down. Rivers hooking up with Allen. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again, Rivers. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the 2nd interception in the first half.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
12.
Rivers on first down. Buying time to try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by a Keller Witherspoon. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Green 90! Green 90! Hey! Scared! 0!
Play action now. Rivers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Henry. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. A first down throw here for Rivers. This complete to Henry over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Second down, Rivers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Garoppolo. And he floats one there, incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Wait.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He's going to look deep. It's caught inside the 25. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Casey Hayward makes the tackle. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Detroit!
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 16 on 3rd and 16, and that spot moves the chains. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. For the former Washington Husky, Dante Pettis, touchdown number 1 in his career. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. From the gun, Rivers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10.
Hey! Q. Through!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Here's Rivers. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken in at the 11. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Gone!
They'll look to throw. Gets this one left side to Pettis. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to advantage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
All right, now look at 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Niners on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Gold now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Rivers again. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a play fake here on first down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. This man's been a fan favorite in the Bay Area for a while. First with Stanford, now with San Fran.
The number 3 pick out of Stanford last season. His versatility is the key to his success. Whether he's playing defensive tackle, defensive end, line him up over the nose in passing situations, usually uses this.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A fourth touchdown pass there for Phillip Rivers, and the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Gone! Detroit! All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
they? Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They'll look to throw here. And this will be incomplete. Garrett Selleck, the tight end, was the target. And now it's second down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
They'll set up to throw. Nice little juke. He finds his tight end, Selleck. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Leopard!
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Screen play, McKinnon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerick McKinnon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are back within a score. Gold now out to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're
True.
exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Rivers now on second down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack.
Hey, go orange.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. He's back to throw. Being chased out left. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. It's their quarterback taking it in from 7 yards away. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Important extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gold now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. They try to take a shot there on 2nd down, and that leaves them, because of the incompletion, a very tricky 3rd and 10.
And with the time situation, you would expect them to try and get it all in this one play, but there's still enough time that if you can take something shorter, gain some yardage, make it a more manageable 4th down if you need to.
Back to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back. Complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout. An injured player. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll toss it to Breida, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do? When we have the opportunity, they've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he's got the open man. It's Allen on the comebacker. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Rivers. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
They didn't get out of bounds, but that's okay. They need one more just like that to give themselves a chance.
Now Rivers. On the move to his left. That's caught inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Rivers. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Back to throw here. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.